Hello, everybody. I'm same to say it's another day, another episode of Happy Accents, and I should say this is going to be it's kind of a sad day, guys. It's the final episode, so um, I want to first of all, I want to announce this video may be a little longer, guys, just because I'm just going to go all out. I mean, it's my 101 episode. I've been doing this quite some time, and like I said, I'm very sad to see it go. But like I said, it's just not pulling the views that I want. And like I said, this is a business, guys, and I got it. I enjoy making videos and making content, and I just want to say I've had a good journey and a good start, and it's brought me some joy and some not some many joy. I meant some views, and yeah, I like to think back that this is where I kind of got my start on YouTube. So thank you all for being with me every video, and but I'll still continue to make videos. So, but anyway, this is not. Remember, guys, one door closes, another opens. So, anyway, if you guys haven't, let's get to the video. Yeah, the last video I decided to draw Negan, guys, from The Walking Dead. If you haven't read the title, and here we go. I'm gonna start getting started on it. You guys. If you guys notice, I do a lot of close-ups in my videos, mostly just because it's easy to draw like certain parts. Either like the head, or just because I only have so long to draw. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna start drawing. You guys aren't familiar with this character. If you've never watched The Walking Dead or read the comic books, this is Negan, the leader of the what was his name? God, it's been a while since I should have done a little bit more research. I thought I remember the one sec, guys. Let me something saint is like a saint name or something. Let me see. The Walking Dead, the Saviors. That's it. Sorry. So I always have Google handy just in case I need to. But like this this video may be a little longer than normal just because I kind of want to take my time because I kind of want to get the details because of his face. Because Negan's a really cool character to draw. He's kind of an old man. I'd say like 40, 50s somewhere. He's like, he was played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's, kind of an old man, but, kind of a stinky, kind of biker looking guy. And you guys know the story. He became the leader of the Saviors basically after the death of his wife, and he rose power, trying to get people to work for him, to get resources for him. And he has his group that intimidates a lot of people. So, and then he has his bat named after his wife, Lucille, who's it's a barbed wire with a baseball bat. So let's just kind of get some. He wears a leather jacket and looks like boots, kind of like motorcycle boots, and he has like a red scarf. And sometimes he's drawn with his jacket, his zipped up jacket, his leather jacket with a red scarf, or he has it out with. I'm gonna draw him with the red scarf. Let's see. Kind of interesting character. I think is a pretty cool. Hold on, sorry, it's not a lot of reference for this guys. It depends. Like it's really hard to kind of get right because he's got these it's like slick hair, and I'm trying to really capture this right. So let's see. Let's get his nose. I'm gonna start drawing the nose. I'm gonna sink this down a little. I did enjoy it, and it's funny, guys. This is the discussion I wanted to have for so long. Okay, so when I first got into Walking Dead, I never watched The Walking Dead like when it first came out. I didn't start watching until I believe I started truly watching when it was Terminus. Let me get the bat in. Yeah, that was the first time I was watching it, guys, because I was like the whole time, like, you have to remember, I grew up in an era of zombie shows, guys, and let me tell you something, guys. I never thought zombie shows would work because like they always die in the end. I always thought it was like a bad idea, unless, like I said, unless it's because every zombie movie, and I don't believe there's any TV shows or anything like that, but just I never thought it could work. So let's see. So I just didn't want to start watching a series that I would like a character. Then, even if it was a comic book, I mean, at the time I wasn't really into, I didn't know much about it. And by the time, and it was just, I swear, everyone was all my friends. And then I finally was dating a girl who made me watch it. So, then I got into it. That was around that time. So, and that's just how that story, But then, so, you know, the ironic thing, guys, is I watched it to the end while a lot of my friends fell out of it. I swear to God, you know. And I was so mad because I was the only one watching. I watched it till the end. You know, I stopped watching Walking Dead. I'm not sure if you guys are still watching the show, and I believe the comic books have ended. So, but yeah, that kind of. I was asking people, are you guys watching The Walking Dead? Some people were watching it, but you know, for the most part, I was basically on my own. And I was no longer, obviously, I wasn't with that person I was seeing at the time. So, but like I said, they got me hooked. Everyone got me hooked, and now all of a sudden they all disappeared. So you know what? Screw all y'all. You know, because the thing is, guys, once I watch a show, I like to watch it to the end, and I very rarely ever, you know, like abandon it. I stopped watching the show The Flash just because it got too like ridiculous. I was into The Flash. I love the CW, and you know. Give Negan a smile because he's just, you know, he's Negan. But yeah, and he's got like this slick hair, kind of like a little Italian thing. So we'll get a little kind of drawn him. But I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time. But anyway, guys, that's the story. I always like telling that story of the Walking Dead. I love telling that because it's just so funny how like everyone was raving about the show. Universal Studios had like I remember when the first thing I was watching was Terminus the Maze. That was really cool. That was the year I worked at Universal as a scare actor. And I remember my buddy Mike, we were messing with some people because we were allowed to walk through the mazes, you know. And my friend Mike was working at The Walking Dead. He's always been a zombie, so we, me and Mike are walking through, and I tell, or I was walking through, and Mike was working as he was on the show. I mean, he was on stage, basically, what they call. And I told him, dude, I'm coming, because I texted him, he had his phone. I texted him, dude, I'm coming through. When you see me, like, try to bite me, like, cause you know, I mean, we thought it'd be funny, and we never got in trouble for it, but like, you know, still, it was pretty funny. And Mike came out and bit me and pulled me back. And I didn't get to see the guests' reaction, but I'm sure it was pretty funny when they thought, what the hell? Because like literally I disappeared. I was walking, and I was wearing a hat. You know, I told Mike, you know, look out for me. So pretty funny stories. But if you guys, if you're look at the maze, this is the end, guys. I was one of the guys. Just on a side note, I was working at Universal at Horror Nights, and I was played This Is the End. I was James Franco's character. You see, with the bat in the beginning when you first walk in. So, okay, so let's see. I guess I can. Yeah, let me. Because the character is supposed to be turned. So. He's gonna draw him this little jacket, so I'm mostly gonna get the details in when I ink it, guys. That's just me. So okay, let's see. Let's turn this down. I always forget to save. I know. God, I can't believe this is the last. You know. But let me tell you something. I kept thinking what I wanted this last lesson. I'll just put my desktop for now to be for this last episode. And one thing. And I've stressed this enough, I don't know if I've told this enough, that I wanted to stress about, number one, trusting people. You know, always know who to trust, guys, or at least, I don't say don't trust anybody, but, you know, I've been dealing with some stuff that I've, you know, had to be, and it's not about trusting, guys. I'm talking about, like, people who, you see, guys, there's still people who don't believe in my ideas. They don't believe, you know, I can make it or something like that, and that's fine. They're entitled to their own opinion, but I'm just saying don't be around those people. And like my job, what I do here, that's why I'm trying to get out of this, and you know, because my job is very let's just say not very supportive, you know. So, and that's fine. Like I said, when I say there's always going to be those people there, you're never going to escape them. I'm just saying, guys, just avoid them as much as possible. And they could be your friends, they could be your family, and that's fine. But like I said, you know, that at the end of the day, you can't let it stop you. That's just one thing. That's number one. If I can, you know. And another lesson, guys, like I said, is just never give up. You know, I have this conversation with my dad every week, and I ask, you know, I say, Pops, you know, why do I do this? Why do I do this? You know, why don't I just, you know, like I said, go weld in the North Sea and make 10 grand a month, and you know, really truly be miserable? Because like I tell you guys, I'm not happy unless I'm at this desk right here. I never will be. I know that if I'm, you know, I know we all have to work. Like I said, you guys, if you're aspiring artists, if you just want to do this for fun, that's fine. You know, do your day job or do whatever. For me, this is not what I want to do. But unfortunately, like there are people in this world that just never, they never got to achieve their dreams, and they try to drag you down with them. And don't be like that, guys. Don't pity them. Just don't react. Learn to be quiet, guys. That's another mistake I learned in life, guys, is that I used to tell everyone my business. Don't ever do that. Keep quiet, work on things, you know, and then one day surprise people. One day, you know, say, hey, you know, I'm quitting, I'm doing, and this is for, like, guys, this is like, I'm older, I work jobs that I'd never want to do, but this is also for you young people out there. You know, I wasted so much time thinking, like, you know, guys, I waited so long to do things. I waited, even when I got out of school, I was still thinking like I had to be on the bottom of the bottom. No, you don't. You can go straight to the top, guys. You still have to work your butts off. I'm not saying you don't have to work off, but, you know, waiting for somebody to give you a chance, guys, you know, that's not what I'm doing here. You know, that's not what YouTube is all about. I believe that YouTube, if you work hard and you put decent content out, some decent content, people will watch. And that's when you don't have to wait for somebody to give you a job or to give you an opportunity. You can create your own opportunities. And who knows, maybe someone will see you and then, you know, but my mistake, guys, if I could do one thing would be to start doing this. I need to push myself. And even my dad this weekend was just recently was telling me, you know, he said, you know, I wish I was hungry. You were more hungry for, you know, and let me tell you something, guys, I am. I'm more determined to get out of this and do what I want to do every single day for my life, the rest of my life. So that's all I want to say on that is just don't let, you know, your current state, you know, dictate the rest of your life, guys. You know, you can change your life however you want. You can be whoever you want. And I think I'm using, oh, darn it. I made a mistake. I knew it. Bear with me, guys. I forgot to, oh, God. Well, maybe I can, let me see. Try the paint bucket. I knew it was a little grayer than. Oh shoot. That's alright, guys. We'll just go over it anyway. But should check that. I forgot because I was training Mike this week and and he changed some of the colors, so it's not as well. Anyway, guys. We go chin. Make him a little bit more. Does he look a little too evil? Or not evil enough? But anyway, guys, I just want to stress this enough because that's what I want this channel mostly to be about. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about, guys, in my current video, what I'll be planning. But yeah, you guys have to understand that in this world, you don't have to wait anymore. There's plenty of opportunities on the rise. Whether if it's YouTube or just creating your own ideas, don't work for somebody. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't work for anybody. Not everyone can be their own boss, guys, but like find a job or find something like that treats you better. And I say this to all you young people because eventually all you youngers and, you know, you're all going to have to move out, get a job and be in the real world. Why work for somebody that makes you miserable? You know what I mean? You know, and yes, like, and you know, you will get, you know, treated a certain way. And I say this, it just depends on what you're willing to put up with. So that's, you know, but I say this because a lot of people aren't taught this, guys. You guys, but it's going to take patience. So like I said, you know, it's going to take a lot of time. So that's the problem with a lot of you younger. You want everything instant. You want instant success. You want the fancy car and the status. You know, let me tell you something, guys. If you do it that way, you are going to lose. I can promise you that, guys. You have to take it slow. I'm just saying you don't have to wait around for someone to tell you what, you know, when or when you want it. If you want to start a business, if you want to, you know, the money will follow, guys. There are plenty of people who are living. Hell, there's a guy on YouTube. His name's Gilstrap, guys. He makes his living off farting on people with those fart devices. Who'd have thought? You know, because his channel's so popular, people know him and they watch him, and he, you know, he makes good money from it. Think about that, guys. You can make a channel. I mean, I'm not saying you should get, you know, because he puts ridiculous content. I mean, it's, you know, personally, I like him. I watch him. But like I said, at the end of the day, we're always putting dumb content out. So, you know, unfortunately, people do follow stupid content. I follow it. We all, you know, we're all guilty of it. So, anyway, guys, I have to just a little. But like I said, what I'm saying, guys, is that there's opportunity. You know what I mean? I waited too long is what I want to stress. That's what this channel is all about, because this is finally me doing what I should have been doing. I was with the wrong people who did not support me. And I'm not trying to be all mega serious, guys, but like it's something you guys need to watch out for, because there are people in this world that guys who want to see you fail. I don't want to see people, I want to see people's success. I never want to see anybody fail. I only want to ever see you guys fail if you deserve it. Well, not deserve it, but like I said, as a good thing, is because we're all gonna fail. I'm not talking about that, but there's some people who will revel in your failure, who will criticize you. People criticize you. Don't listen to them, guys. Just learn to. In fact, I was just watching a video today about like how to not be angry and stuff, and how to not, don't let people, just don't react to stuff, because it doesn't matter, guys. There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna be a naysayer or tell you, and it's sickening. It truly is. But that's I think those people are there to, because first of all, they're failures in themselves, and I'm just gonna say they're failures, because no successful person wants to see you fail, because I can promise you that too. Maybe they want to see you improve. That's it. But like I said, there's a difference between that and then just putting you down, and even if they're putting you down, use it to better yourself, But there's always going to be some person in there who just straight up just wants you to fail. They don't want you to improve. They just want you to fail. I can promise you that they're everywhere. So I'm just lucky I have plenty of supportive people. I mean, this is for all you guys who don't have you have to remember, guys, a lot of people don't have that support. So get rid of this. Oh, I wanted a better angle on Negan. I wanted to do a side view, but I felt like it would have been too, this is more of an instructional video, guys. So anyway, let's get some details, and then we'll, because I'm going to be spending mostly this video talking anyway, because I'm just going all out, guys, so let's just, he's got this little slick hair, very, like, I want to say his hair is it looks like it's kind of thinning, but it's like really, how sometimes when I tell you to draw hairs, guys, especially even on men, it's big and fluffy. Negan's hair is like literally like touching his, it's very thin. So he's got like a little, so you got to give it a little bit of a shine because it's black hair. So give a little bit of shine from the top and give it a little cross hatch in action. Don't worry, guys, I don't see that. This is how you draw. So get pointed edges basically on one side, and then on the other to show that, give it that shine, guys. See? And then most of it's just kind of dark, so you can just kind of fill it in much as you can. I'll get a little bit of his earlobe. You can leave some white for the hair, guys. It's always a good idea. We'll get a few strands in there. Life is going to throw some crazy stuff at you guys, Best way to go about it is just to be prepared as best you can. That's all I can say. Be prepared. Do things that you don't want to do, but also do the things you do want to do, guys. Don't always think that life is all about doing, but at least at the end of the day, you still have to work hard. Hard work wins, guys. You get out of life what you put into it. That's just the way it is, Give him a little bit of a... So that's the only way, is to work your butt off and get your ideas out there, and promote your work. That was something I was always afraid to do, guys. I mean, hell, I may just, go to the corner and just start selling my work. I don't know. But, maybe that's what it takes, guys. Do, whatever it takes. Because let me tell you something, guys. If you stay in your comfort zone like I did, you will never get off the ground. If you wait for the opportune moment, and this goes with anything in life, guys, if you're afraid to ask that girl out, girls, if you're afraid, that guy will never, take an opportunity, or take a initiative, or ask for that raise, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to ask, guys. Be afraid not to ask. If there's something you want or someone you want, take a chance. I don't mean to get this into dating, guys, but I do feel like that's another thing, because all you younger kids are always, I'm not sure, you're always on the apps thinking that the apps make it easier. No, it doesn't, guys. The apps just make it easier to reject you. So just so you know, if there's, all you young guys out there, you want to know the secret to getting a girl, talking to her. That's it. Because number one, you built it up in your head like, this is the girl I got to be with. You don't know, guys. You always got to like judge a situation for itself. So anyway, I don't mean to get a change subject. I know this is supposed to be about art, guys, but you know what? For my last video, I don't, you guys have learned enough lessons. Same thing, drawing black on the gloves. He's got a glove here, so and he's got a leather jacket. He wears a glove on his left hand. I think the one he handles, Lucille. So, the guys, all you guys out there, you want to talk to that girl out there? This is what you do. You talk, you go up to her, you make conversation, you get a little something, try to find something you guys in common. If not, and then you say, sorry, I gotta go, my buddy's waiting for me or whatever, but how about I get your number, you know? And either she says yes or, you know, but like the thing is, guys, that, you know, I don't mean to be like a dating show or anything like that, but like girls are always on their guard, you know, for guys. It doesn't matter if you're good looking, you know, and the way to get them off their guard is just to have a nice conversation. You don't need to be funny at first, because what if you say a joke that she may find offensive? You don't know what her humor is, you know? And even then, would you want, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but like I can tell you, you want to win over any girl, get her, you know, have a nice conversation. That's what she wants, guys. A decent person who's not a gold digger or anything like that. So anyway, I'm just down. But like I said, and just be brave, guys. Take the initiative. I was so scared to do this channel. Same way, no different. You know, it's funny, I can ask a girl out, but I can't start a YouTube channel, you know. But I guess I've never really been shy in that regard, you know, a little mysterious, but, you know, not shy. I'm definitely not shy. Anybody can tell you guys I'm not shy. I just keep to myself. That's what I'm saying, guys. I was always a kind of keep to myself, because you want a little mystery in your life, guys. You want to be a little bit of a mystery so people don't see it coming. That's why I say don't talk, don't react. You know, if you got to go home and punch a pillow, I don't recommend it, but if you know, don't let anybody see to get the best of you. You know, let's add a little detail on the bat. Life is all about not reacting, guys. If you get cut off in traffic, oh well. You know, that's just life. You know, people are going to be, as long as you didn't get into an accident, you know, walk it off. So, how long have you? Anyway, what else can I say, guys? I just hope none of you guys give up, because let me tell you some guys, the world is in need of better ideas. I can promise you that. So, like I said, don't think of each other as competition, guys. Just think of it, you want to be better. That's it. You know, you want to be better than before, better than the other guy. At the end of the guys, don't be competing with each other. Compete on your own terms, because if you're competing with other people, guys, then you're just going to be, you know, beating anybody out that may potentially, you know, oops. Little pupils for the eyes. I don't believe in competition, guys. I don't worry about what the next guy's doing, guys. You know, if I have a good idea and people like it, people will buy it no matter what. You know, it's just the way it is. So, you don't have to be rich and famous to live a good life. In fact, guys, I think we're starting to see the society fall apart, and a lot of people who, you know, thought they wanted riches and fame realize that it's just corrupting, you know. But still, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do what you love. If you want to be an actor, you want to be, you know, take the initiative. You know, guys, there's a million ways, you know, nowadays. There is no excuse, guys. Take it from me, there is no excuse why you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, right? There are plenty of resources. Don't ever tell me in this country you can't make it, guys. You know, especially nowadays, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to be, you know, and take on all the student debt. In fact, I don't even recommend it, guys. If you want to be in this line of work, just get a YouTube channel, start drawing, and learn from other people. That's what I did. I mean, I went to college too, but I do regret it, guys. You know, luckily I don't have that much debt like most of these people. I mean, thank God I don't, but yeah. Some more crosshatch in action. I think we'll call it a quit. Call it a day. But I'm still going to be working on my shorts, guys, so check those out on my TikTok and my Instagram. I put it, you know, I'll still be streaming. Although Mike mentioned to me he may not want to stream anymore. He may be taking a break, so... But that's okay, guys, because I'm going to eventually be streaming my work anyway. I already have what I need to do that. It's just, I'm just, you know, I really just want to build up a bigger audience, you know? So, but we'll see. You know, I have a few videos coming this way, and then it's not too bad, actually. Get a little bit more blacks going. Remember, guys, leather jacket, you want to leave some white. It's okay if it's a little messy, guys, because leather jackets have shine to it. It's not just all black, so it's the light hitting the leather, the shiny bits. So you want to leave a little bit. And I've stressed this before, but, you know, shadows where they do. Shadows where they hit the sides. You know, but leave a little on the edge. You know, like this. A little messy, but it's okay. You know, you can kind of tell. And then you could always, you don't want it too perfect. Otherwise, it's not going to look right. It's funny how too perfect, it looks a little too pristine. You want a little bit like, because this is comic books, guys. This is just, you know, supposed to be a little messy, especially because we want the comics and the art to be as interesting as possible, you know, but it's still drawn from light, you know. It's just a little bit of a different take on it. So yeah, just fill in as much as you can, but leave as much white as you can as well, you know. Life's all about balance, guys. You can't have dark without the light. You can't have good days without bad days. Remember that. Otherwise, life would just be boring as hell. So, trust me, guys, it's these days that make things a lot more interesting. I can promise you that. You will have interesting days. You will have, and you know what? This is actually a perfect time, guys, because for all you kids graduating out there and you don't know what to do, just start doing it. I promise you guys. The thing is, I got lucky. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I always known I wanted to do this. I always wanted to make art. This is just what my skill, and this is what God's talent gave me, and I decided to take advantage of it. If you guys are playing basketball and you're good at it, that's your God-given talent. You know, great. Hone in on your skills. Figure out a way to put it into to make it a business, guys. You know, I'm not a sports guy. I'm just using that as an example. But like I said, same thing with art. Or if, like I said, if you want to do something else, if you just want a job and you want to raise a family, then do it. We need good people in this world, guys. I can't stress that enough. We need good people. Oh, excuse me. So, there's no excuse. I made excuses and I still make excuses. So, that's the way I'll leave it. And friend, for all that, I think it's a perfect time. All you people graduating, all you young kids out there, if you're watching my videos and stumble across, you know, good luck to y'all. But like I said, just don't give up. Like my dad always says, the money will follow, guys. And don't chase success, guys. Chase your own fulfillment. Don't look at the other guy who's got a nice car. Don't get that car. Let me tell you, if you guys want a Ferrari or if you want a decent car, I'm all for it. Like I don't look at people who have nice cars. I like to think that they earn those cars. I do, you know. Even if you buy your kid a Mustang, you know, you still earned it. It's your, you know, what do you want to do with your money? I don't think an 18 or a 16-year-old car should have a Mustang. And that's just me, but like I said, you earn that car, you can do whatever you want with it, that's fine. You know, it's not my business to judge, you know, why you're one. I'm just saying for your own self, like know why you want something. That's it. If you know, I truly believe you buy that car, you earned it. That's perfectly fine, guys. You know, but don't get something just because someone else, you know, don't let someone else's success be your success, because you may not want the same thing. You may want, you know, that, or, you know, get a different car, I guess. I don't know. But for the most part, like I said, success is what you deem. To me, successful is just, you know, doing it, even if I have a small career doing this, and then making some money, and if it's allowed me to raise a family and, you know, have a decent house and a couple of cars, that to me is success in a nice neighborhood. That's my dream, guys, to be able to do this and have all that. You know, I don't need riches and fame other than just so I can do more of this. You know, the more money I make or whatever I can do, I can do this and not have to work at, you know, every day that I don't have to work at or for a corporation. And Tom McFarlane said this, I'm quoting him on that, you know, every day I don't have to work at a corporation is a win for me. And he's been doing it for 30 something years. So when you don't have to get up and work for somebody else, I mean, to me, that's a win. If that's for you guys, then you know what, go and do it. You know, don't just do what makes you happy, guys. You know, do what makes you fulfilled. That's all I'm going to say. So I think I've rambled enough. I guess that's about it, guys. Sign this bad boy for the last time. I'm going to cry. I'm just kidding. Yep, the last one for right now. Well, we'll see, guys. And there's our Negan. Sorry, guys, if this is more of a rant, but you know what, guys? I feel like this is like the last day of school. I'm not going to, you know, bother with that. Hold on. Did I do this all in one layer? Oh, I did. Oh, well. No, guys, normally I put 2 layers for the shading, but that's what I did. Anyway, guys, what can I say? This is the last episode. It's the last episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry about this as I'm droning out this intro. I really don't know how to end these kinds of things. I mean, I always hate goodbyes. I always hate the last day of school. You know, you say goodbye to a lot of people, but remember, guys, this isn't goodbye. I'm just ending this for right now and concentrating on other ideas, and I'll still be here and help to grow this channel. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed these 100 episodes. I hope you guys will walk back or go back. Walking Dead. Walk back and go back and see the journey we've shared, and then yeah, that's all I can say, guys. So like I said, always be yourself, guys. Don't let anybody change you. Don't let anybody stop you from being good and being who you are. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, and I mean, that's about it, guys. It's a wrap. So anyway, guys, later, Gators. I'll see you on the next ones.